Future Millionaire, and I want to discuss a few things that we have going on in the market. It's 1:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast, early afternoon. We're going to see how the market decides to transpire. It's still under 37,000. XRP still under a critical support level that it needs to get above on a close to support a move to 65 cents at 604. I'm going to give you the exact number that I have jotted. 60486. In Bitcoin, you really would like to see a close to get out of this bearish. I just think we're on a bear pennant. And much like you've seen above, it's just going to fall through. And I believe my targets are accurate. I believe we have to get down to 32,173. And then I think still we're going to get down to under 28,000. And when it's all said and done, I think we're going to get way down into the accumulation area that we talked about earlier. Down here somewhere. It's in this accumulation zone, guys. I think Bitcoin has to get back down there. There is a small possibility that 17.5 could be a bounce point, but I'm not talking about in one drop, but I'm talking we're going to get down there in a quick and swift motion. It's going to be up and down trading, but we're getting there. So, but this looks like a bearish continuation pattern to get us back down to the accumulation zone at 29,654 roughly. With wicks down to about 28,000 possibly. But that's what it looks like to me is forming here. Even if you take this and take it objectively, and we'll do a trend line, you say, okay, we dropped from here. We had this one wick way down to here, right? Where the hell did it go? But even if you say, what the hell? I'm getting caught up in my charts. Even if you say from here that this is going to drop, and we'll take it from the upper support. I mean, that drops us down, guys. So we're going to adjust this 29,654. It takes us right down to there, and we're going to delete that because we want to get rid of some of the numbers that... So that's what we're looking at, a drop from here on a bearish continuation pattern. If this plays out as a bear pennant or a neutral continuation pattern, even though it's not, if you want to say it is, you could say it's a neutral continuation pattern, but it plays to the market. So this is going to continue to the downside, and I see Bitcoin coming down to 29,212 on this drop from this bear pennant. And that's a small scale size of the bear pennant. You could take this much larger and say, oh, it's been a huge drop if you look at it in the weekly. So, I mean, you could theoretically take this down real far, but I'm being conservative, and that would bring us down to the overall neckline of this giant M. So that's what I think is going on here, ladies and gentlemen. But what I want to do here, and we're going to look at XRP real quick. The same thing. I've already drawn that out for XRP. That drop would be down to 39,476, and that's how it gets down there. If Bitcoin does drop, like I said, on this breaking news, on this bearish continuation pattern with this updated number to 29,212, that would get XRP down to 39,476 if this plays out like this. That's how we're getting these numbers. They're starting to become confluent. We're not getting any bounce back here like we wanted. We invalidated that W by breaking down under the support and now using it as a resistance. This is going to break down, it looks like to me. This is a big trap. If it breaks up, like I said, if we can get a close over 60486, it could come up to 65,445. That doesn't change the bearish drop. It would change it from 39 to about 44 cents instead. So you would just have to drop from a higher point. But we're basing it on the fact we're dropping from right around this resistance support area. We've done a few different calculations like this one, but that was at a time when we weren't continuing as long, and now the continuation pattern's gone on longer. So even if you do it vertical or horizontal, you're going to get a huge drop. So that's what I want you to see, and then I'm going to do an extended coverage of the price analysis with Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, ADA, Solana, XRP, LUNA, DOGE, DOT, and AVAX. So if you want to listen to that article with the price analysis and a little bit of the technical lines, feel free to continue. If you're new here, what I do is I cover XRP, XLM, DGB, and Bitcoin, and then I'll cover ISO coins as I feel appropriate, and then obviously VeChain and ZIL, not obvious to you, but everybody else, and also XTC is on the everyday coverage. I know I was supposed to cover one for somebody, but I can't remember. They were thinking about selling it, but I didn't want them to sell it until... Oh! I know, HBAR. So, HBAR, real quick, for my longtime viewer, friend of the show. So, because you're talking about liquidating. 205 is the support, 218 is resistance. I wouldn't liquidate if you're not confident in liquidating until we break that 19.9 line, because then at least you know you're going to 18.6. But with this continuation pattern, even if we're looking at a small scale, we're not going to do the big scale. We're just going to do a small scale on the 30-minute from right here to right here. That's it. Even if you're looking at that, my friend, that's a drop down to the 17.4 area. So even if you're looking to try to write your portfolio, if we were to fall from here and you're like, all right, I'm going to use that as my support, a fall down to there, 644, this would get you almost 13% back to the upside on your portfolio, but we have a long ways to go from there. But that's just the immediate short term for you on HBAR. It could break up and hit about 23 cents. That's the alternate scenario, and then we'll just crash anyhow. That's why I said don't sell out and liquidate until you know we break that 19.9 support. Don't leave anything on the table if you're looking to liquidate. I know it's a steady drop to 19.9, but at least you know you got about 7% down to the next support, and then you've got about 14%, almost 13.5%. So I'm going to play the intro. You guys hit the like button, and then we're going to get into that article. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys are not aware, my Swing Traders Anonymous page, I was approved for partnership today at 4:44 a.m. Exactly 9 months to the day. On April 28th, I became partner on this very station in 2021. 9 months to the day, January 28th, I become partner on Swing Traders Anonymous. What an honor and a blessing it is. So the reason why I sell out of my position so aggressively too, even if they have the 10, 15%, 20, even 25% sometimes that they still have on the upside, is because now when we go down to these volatile times where I see in the charts, I have all my profits in XRP. Sure, I probably left 25% on the table by not doing these swings and buying early and doing all this other stuff, or 50% I probably could have made extra. But the key is, guys, right now, most of those people, or if not all of the people that decided to, they were filled with hopium after they made those gains and didn't sell out at an appropriate level that they predetermined like I did. Well, now that they had that hopium state, now they're sitting here at 60 cents like, what do? I'm underwater, but if we're going down to 30 cents, do I sell? This is the scenario I never wanted to be in. So I sold well over $1 with my XRP. I don't want to be in this situation when it's this cheap. If I'm buying it, it's to hold it from this point. I don't want to be like, do I sell it here? Because now what if it does go up from 58 cents and goes to $1.50? And then I'm like, gosh, darn it. And then it goes to 30 cents. You never win. So you have to have your set limit. So if you're going to pay attention to what I'm doing personally, you have to be in Tom's Army, $9.99 a month, because you've got to come to this one-stop shop in Telegram. Because then it's got all the information, and we've got so much. I mean, this is just today and yesterday, and you know, it's just, there's so much information going on, and I wish I could have everybody in here. There's the articles about Michael Saylor saying everybody should buy Bitcoin because it's going to 120,000 by the end of the month. There's 3 days left in the month. The guy's on crack. I'm telling you guys, he's got a position average of about 32,400 because he raised it up by about 4,000 like a douche. What's he going to do when it gets under 32K? He's got to get as many people as possible to keep buying this pile of horse shit, Bitcoin, and sell his position because it's going to tank. And he's got so much Bitcoin, it's going to bring it down sub 20, sub 15 probably. And everybody's going to get liquidated along the way. And we're going to get a huge, massive liquidation because Michael Saylor is on loan for a lot of his Bitcoin. He took out loans at like 10% interest rate, 20% interest rates. Now that he's so far underwater, when it gets under 32, what's he going to do? Have you ever had a loan and then you have negative equity? It's not a pretty sight. It's not easy to make those payments. And MicroStrategies he also used as leverage to buy Bitcoin. MicroStrategies is getting fucking hammered. Not only is he going to bankrupt that company, he's going to bankrupt himself in this process. It's all a big ploy, but I'm just saying, this is a nightmare. So just heed what I'm saying. So price analysis, and then I'm going to let you go after this. Price analysis 128. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, ADA, Solana, XRP, LUNA, Doge, AVAX. Sometimes people are like, why do you like doing such a big wide part of the market? Because then we can understand what XRP's direction is. Because right now in this part of history, XRP's only a market mover. What I mean by that is XRP only moves with the market. It doesn't move on its own. So Bitcoin and most major altcoins are turning down from overhead resistance levels. And by the way, did I mention how blessed and honored I am to have 185 members of Tom's Army? Our last member, number 185, Portia, our newest member, thank you so much, love, and sharing the story. And I'm going to try to help change everything with everybody. Lives are going to be changing. As we approach our goal of 200 subscribers, or members of Tom's Army, we're only 15 members away. I am blessed. Also, we're less than 85 subscribers from 6,000. You heard that right. Indicating that the sentiment remains negative and traders are selling on every available opportunity. The Trader analyst Philip Swift said that the on-chain spent profit output ratio, SOPR metric, which aggregates the price of purchase versus price sold during a given period, indicates that traders are selling their Bitcoin holdings for a loss. That's not what you want to see. Another metric that is worrying traders is the funding rates, which has further slipped into the negative territory following comments by the U.S. Federal Reserve. Crypto research firm Delph Digital expects Bitcoin to make a lower low after recently testing the 34K level. Bitcoin at this time, you can see all the other ones, but this is what is going on. A lot of red in the market, guys. A lot of red. A lot of red. A few greens on there because you got to trick the retail investors, but a lot of red. Amongst several bearish projections, there was an uber bullish long-term forecast by Cathie Wood's ARK Invest, which is down greater than 50% and 60% from its tops. And I told everybody to watch out for that organization. Anything that worked in 2021 and 2020 is not going to work in 2022. The report projected Bitcoin's price to cross 1 million by 2030 and Ether to reach between 170 and 180,000 during the same period. Could Bitcoins and most major altcoins bottom out near current levels? Let's study the charts of the top 10 cryptocurrencies to find out. And I love breaking it down to the top 10. Bitcoin is facing stiff resistance in the overhead zone between 37,332 and 39,600. This suggests that bears are unwilling to let go of their advantage and are selling on rallies. The pullback of the past few days has resolved the oversold levels in the relative strength index, the RSI. The bears will now attempt to resume the downtrend by pulling the Bitcoin pair below 32,917. If they succeed, the next stop could be 30,000. Hello, Michael Saylor, bear market. Alternatively, or should I say Michael Saylor bankruptcy, hashtag MSB. If the price turns up from the current level and rises above 37,332.70, it will suggest accumulation at lower levels. The buyers will then attempt to push the price over the 20-day exponential moving average, 39,714, and challenge the 50-day simple moving average, 44,428. A break and close above this resistance will signal the downtrend could be over. Good luck with that. Ethereum surged above the overhead resistance at 26.52 on January 26, but the bears sold aggressively at higher levels and pulled the price back below the channel. Since then, buyers have struggled to push the price back inside the channel. The bears will now try to resume the downtrend by pulling the price below the January 24th intraday low at 21.59. If they succeed, the Ethereum pair, USD pair, could drop to 2,000 and then 1,700, which is identical to my support lines. The RSI is stuck inside the oversold zone for the past few days, suggesting that the selling may have been overdone in the near term. Therefore, the bulls may, again, attempt a relief rally, which could reach the 20-day EMA of 28.56. This is an important hurdle for the bulls to cross because the previous three relief rallies had turned down from the 20-day EMA. Binance Coin, BNB, rebounded off to 330 support and re-entered the descending channel on January 25th, but the bulls are struggling to push the price toward the 20-day EMA at 424. This suggests a lack of demand at higher levels. The bears will sense an opportunity and try to pull back the price toward the strong support zone at 330 to 320. This is an important zone for the bulls to defend because if it cracks, BNB could plummet to 250. Contrary to this assumption, if the price rises from the current levels, the bulls will try to thrust the pair above the 20-day EMA. If they succeed, the pair could rally to the resistance line of the channel. A break and close above the channel will signal the downtrend could be over. ADA Cardano has been trading near the psychological support at $1 for the past few days. This suggests the bulls are defending the support but have failed to push the price higher. And we're in a descending channel, huge channel. The downsloping moving averages in the RSI in the negative territory suggest that the path of least resistance is to the downside. If bears sink and sustain the price below $1, pair could drop to 80 cents. This negative view will be invalidated in the short term if the price bounces off current level and breaks above the moving averages. The pair could then test the resistance line of the channel. The bulls will have to clear this barrier to signal a possible change in trend. Solana has been trading close to the support level of the descending channel for the past few days. This suggests that the bulls are defending the support line, but haven't been able to achieve a strong rebound off of it. The RSI has been trading in the oversold territory for the past few days, signaling that the correction may have been overdone in the short term. This indicates the possibility of a consolidation or minor pullback in the next few days. If this happens, the Solana USD pair could rise in the 20-day EMA to $118. A break and close above this level would clear the path for a possible rally to resistance line of the channel. This short-term positive view will invalidate if the price turns down and it dies below the channel. The pair could then drop to $66. And our beloved XRP on the main stage, take a bow. The bulls attempted to push Ripple XRP above the overhead resistance at 65 cents, but the long wick on the day's candlestick suggests that bears are in no mood to relent. Both moving averages are sloping down and the RSI is in the oversold territory, indicating that bears are in command. The sellers will now attempt to sink the XRP USD pair below 54 cents and challenge the psychological support at 50 cents. Oh, I can't wait. This negative view will invalidate if bulls push and sustain the price above the 20-day EMA at 68 cents. That's why I keep telling you guys, even if it goes to 65.8 resistance, that doesn't invalidate this. We're going to have to close above that 68, and you'd really want to close at about 70 cents to invalidate this narrative that we're looking at on the downside. Such a move would be the first sign that the selling pressure could be reducing. The pair may then rally to the overhead resistance at 75 cents. So any upside would be capped around that 75 cents like I was saying before. It's going to be a stretch to get to 90 cents. Even if we had some kind of rally. Terra's Luna token has been, again, slipped into the support line of the descending channel. This suggests that traders continue to sell on rallies. The downsloping 20-day EMA, $68.80, and the RSI near the oversold territory indicate that bulls have the upper hand. If bears sink the price below the support line of the channel, the selling could intensify and the Luna USDT pair may plummet to $37.82. Contrary to this assumption, if the price rebounds off the current level, the bulls will make one more attempt to push the pair to the 20-day EMA. This level is again likely to act as a stiff resistance, but if the bulls overcome it, the pair may rally to the downtrend line. Everybody's beloved Dogecoin. The Dogecoin is back in the news. Well, not in the good news. Dogecoin turned down from the 20-day EMA 15 cents, as I've been predicting for a long time these levels, on January 26, indicating that bears are selling near this overhead resistance. The price is back inside the tight range at 15 cents to 13 cents. But in further news, there are more Dogecoin wallets than XRP wallets. Oh, yes, you heard that right. And XRP is going to have less and less wallets with this XRP buyback, which you do not. You heard me right. You do not, under no circumstance, sell your XRP shares for the buyback program. It's no different than when they used to buy back gold, and then the price within months after everybody had sold out of it, got rid of all their gold, exponentially increased in value as the rest of paper money devalued what they gave you. So they're giving you fiat for your XRP. What's going to happen next? The fiat's going to crash and XRP is going to go nuts when all this buybacking nonsense and the ISO is finally in place and the lawsuit ends. Do not sell your XRP, even if they offer you 50% over value. What's 50% over value of what you paid when it's going to be thousands of times over value? Just consider that. So, while the downsloping 20-day EMA indicates advantages to bears, the bullish divergence on the RSI suggests that the selling pressure could be reducing. This state of uncertainty is unlikely to continue for long. If bulls push past and sustain the price above the 20-day EMA, the Doge USDT pair could rise toward the overhead resistance at 19 cents. Conversely, if the price slips and closes below 13 cents, the pair could drop to the psychological support at 10 cents. You heard that right. Polkadot has been trading near the strong support at 16.81 for the past few days, but a minor negative is that the bulls have not been able to achieve a powerful rebound off it. This indicates a lack of demand at higher levels, and this is XRP's biggest problem as well. The bears will now try to pull and sustain the price of below $16.81. If they manage to do that, the selling could intensify, and the DOT USDT pair may drop toward the next major support at $10.37. Holy shit, that's like almost 50%. That's a big fucking... The downsloping move averages in the RSI and the oversold zone suggest the path of least resistance is to the downside. Conversely, if bulls drive the price past $20.16, it will suggest a pickup in demand. The pair may then rise to the 50-day simple moving average of $25.44. This is an important level to watch out for because it broke above it will signal a possible change in trend. AVAX, the long wick on Avalanche's AVAX January 26 candlestick shows that bears are defending the breakdown level at 75.50. The bears will now try to pull the price to the strong support at 51.04. That's a substantial drop of about 20%. If the price rebounds off 5104, it will suggest that the bulls are buying on the dips to the level that could keep the AVAX USDT pair range bound between 75.50 and 5104 for a few days. A break and close above $75.50 will be the first indication that the correction would be over. The pair could then rise to the downtrend line. Alternatively, if the price breaks below 47.66, the next leg of the downtrend could begin. Until then, the pair could remain volatile inside the range. So that was a great update. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. It's my honor and privilege to lead the charge into 2023 and beyond.